ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य महाणीस्थ श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ May my speech be firmly established in my mind. May the mind too be firmly established in my speech. O self-effulgent Lord, be revealed in my consciousness. May the truths of the scriptures come to me. May not what I learn from them ever forsake me. Let me live my life day and night according to their teachings. I shall speak what is appropriate. I shall speak the truth. May that protect me. May that protect the teacher. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the center of our consciousness, center of our being, as a steadily burning candle flame in our heart. As I feel it more and more, I see the light of this flame becoming bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter. I see it has enveloped my personality, and with that also the whole universe that I am experiencing. Dissolved in this ocean of blissful luminosity. Is the dividing line between I and world. Thus has dissolved all multiplicity. Dissolved time and space. This is the true nature of reality. I am that. Om. Peace, peace, peace. So, friends, let us begin the study of this wonderful biography of Sri Ramakrishna. We are in the almost to the end of the chapter on Sri Ramakrishna as a guru. So let us begin with our usual chant. तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जनाः. We were reading last time about how the spiritual teachership functions and changes the direction of the life of the aspirant. The normal life is going towards the world. The brain is, as it were, made to function like that. That I am this, this is the world, and through all the senses I have to grab this world. That is how the normal consciousness and the life that is dependent on it goes on. So this is how the software and the hardware in normal person functions. Now, through the intervention of Guru, this changes. Firstly, what is the need for the change? That needs to be felt. Why should we change this direction, this normal life? Let us lead normal life like everybody else does. That let us try to get most of this world. Well, it is transitory, it goes away, that's understandable. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I therefore shall not take the pleasant things from the world. Let me take them, let me grab them as much as possible, and when the death comes, let it come. But this understanding also leads a person to suffering. The cause of this suffering is this separateness, I and the world. That generates what is called in the Buddhistic teachings, the advice given by Buddha, one of the Four Noble Truths is that tanha, or the thirst, craving. And this craving becomes the cause of our bondage, consequent suffering, which we do not want. And when it is seen that this is the cause of the suffering, we feel the need to change the course, change the direction. In all the great sages, you will see that a point comes in their life. They were leading the common person's life, but when they saw that this leads to what I don't want, that then you come away from there, that you took the journey to a place thinking that it will give you what you want, but when it was discovered that it is not only not giving what you want, but something quite opposite, then you change the course, you don't go there. The question is how to get in the right direction. They also, the conviction that there is a right direction, all that becomes somewhat difficult. Moreover, although we have understood that going in the same way, trying to grab more and more of the world with this instrument called body, is not is not conducive to my well-being. Even after understanding this, the drag to it is continued because of the old habits. The habits are difficult to break. You see, it is therefore, if you remove the H from habit, still a bit remains. Habit. So remove H, a bit remains. Remove A, still bit remains. If you remove B, still it remains. So it is habits that thus die hard. So we have this, what is called in Vedanta, the understanding of impressions. Whatever we do, the action is over. But while becoming over, it deposits a seed. And then the seed grows into the same plant. Actually, it doesn't deposit just one seed. It deposits many seeds. And that is the principle behind agriculture, that from one seed you get hundreds of seeds. So, it is do something and it puts hundreds of seeds of that same variety in you. Now each of them again has the potential to manifest. Then each of them again puts so many seeds. It is a big, what is called geometric progression, that it grows exponentially, and soon you are you have lost freedom of doing anything about it. It is like the weeds that you can see. They are not planted by us, but it came, it dropped the seeds, and then as the rains, the water and sunlight, good temperatures come, they also grow. They in fact take over everything, and you have to work hard to get it all uprooted. So, therefore, it is a big challenge in life that what am I to do now? It is then you approach a person who can guide you, who is an expert and on everything. This is a human speciality that we know. In other creatures you don't see an expert amongst them in this species with whom the others go to consult in different fields. Like we have experts in construction. I don't think that the birds have experts in how to construct the nest, and the other birds go to that fellow that, hey, I want, please make a design of my nest. Bird architects are not, it's not a specialized vocation in the birds, nor the medical science that what should I do, I got a little hurt or my stomach is upset. The birds don't go to another bird doctor. There are pet doctors, but they are human beings, not one amongst the birds. Human beings have some experts, and you consult them. So, here also in this particular aspect, that we feel ourselves caught, lost. What is the purpose of life? Some of these fundamental questions, then they assume huge proportion, and we want solution for them. How can I handle this? Please guide me. And they approach somebody who is an expert. So, and how it is shown that it is expert? There is no particular university degree that which is flaunted on the signboard there, that so and so expert spiritual guidance. No, there is no such university degree for that. How do you know? By looking at the peace and blessedness that life is expressing. It is like Sri Ramakrishna, why people were drawn there, or why people get drawn to such saintly personage, is because whatever they seek actually in life, like peace and the feeling of universal love, happiness, all are seen there. And so, just like what you want, suppose you find it at some place, that, oh yes, I wanted, exactly a TV like this. Where did you get it? Then you know where it is to be gotten from, and you go and get it from there. So, we approach this person, hey, how did you get this peace? I too want peace, but I am not getting. How did you get it? Okay, then this person, out of compassion, starts revealing. There is no fee charged by these. These experts do not say that you have to $200 per visit and all that. No, it is, they don't charge anything. Just out of compassion, they give out their message that, I understand your suffering. As the meditation mantra of Sri Ramakrishna, one line says that Jiva Dukkha Sahishnom, that is, cannot just withstand the suffering of all people because of ignorance. So they give this wisdom to the seekers. They give it to everybody, but it is only the seekers who can take it. So such wisdom is given out just due to compassion. And when this wisdom is taken in, that taking in is a very important process. The giving and taking of this wisdom is not very easy to understand. It is a very mystical process, because the words of the teacher are directed to the receiver, directed to the student, according to the constitution of the student. Although we all have ignorance, and through ignorance we make mistakes, there each has an individual way of making mistakes. The correct thing is same in all, but each makes mistakes in one's own way. That is one of the that criteria to find out if in the examination somebody is cheating, copying from somebody else. Because the correct answers will be same. If this fellow wrote correct answer, that fellow wrote correct answer, that is no proof for copying, that this person copied from that person. But if you see the same mistake that this fellow committed is also committed by this person, then we have to investigate, because the chances of making same mistake are comparatively low. So therefore, each of us have ignorance, but the function of ignorance in each of us has its own very subtle, differently crooked ways. And so the teacher gives the wisdom in a particular manner, so that that person will get the illumination. Like an expert physician, you all go to physician not to tell the physician, hey, I am healthy, I just came to have a chat with you. No, well, I am not well, and so I have come. That part is common with all patients. But everybody's problem is different. Everybody's personality is different. Same medication will not work for everybody. So it is up to the expert physician to diagnose, and after diagnosis see what a particular treatment will cure that person. So here also it is same, that the teacher imparts this wisdom in an individual way. Case by case it is administered by a great teacher like Sri Ramakrishna. And so we were reading last time that how this devotion therefore to the Guru becomes very important here, that the teacher is revered, and it gets expressed with everything that is connected with the teacher, which symbolizes that teacher's personality. We work with symbols. Human beings, we work with symbol. A symbol reminds us of something that is symbolized. There is a connection between symbol and symbolized. So, there is a connection, like a picture of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, Sri Ramakrishna obviously is not the picture or the paper or the glass or whatever or the clay by which that image is made. Nothing of that. But what happens? It reminds us of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, again, Sri Ramakrishna is a symbol. That symbol reminds us of the wisdom that was in that personality. In the personality of Sri Ramakrishna, that symbolizes the wisdom. And then you take the wisdom. And thus, it is like that. Very similar, you feel, well, I need, I am feeling tired and sleepy. I need to wake up. This is now morning, but it is not, I am not fully awake because I need coffee to get all my senses and my brain start working. Just the other day, a lady had come and somebody had knocked on her door in the morning when she was still not fully awake, and she there and opened. Some other one lady wanted to give her something. I'm kind of a salesperson, and so she now wanted to be very polite, and so she said, started asking the salesperson, that lady, different questions, and told, it is too early in the morning, I am still not, my mind and brain and the different organs are still in the process of getting connected. So, sorry, I can't talk to you coherently right now. So it needs to be all fixed. So when somebody feels like that, and then thinks, sees a coffee cup, say maybe there is it is cup from Dunkin' Donut. So looks at, okay, Dunkin' Donut. Do you know Muni Krishnan, Dunkin' Donut? Okay, very good. Yeah. It is so. And then the name, the cup, and that Dunkin' Donut. What it is all really, it is reminding of the coffee that I want. So now walks to the outlet there. Now that sees the sign out there, Dunkin' Donut, America, what it is, there is some, America runs on, or, what is it, Margaret, what does it say? Okay, yeah, so now all that, now that is all symbol, he is not going to drink any of that. It is not going to lick the board, you say. It goes in and then gets a cup of coffee. The cup is given. Now that cup is not to be taken in. And now, so, but the cup helps you to hold it. So you hold the cup, but the idea is for that potion that is in that cup, now drinks that potion. There also what that person is really looking for is not the liquid as such. It is again a symbol. It contains certain ingredients that is going to enliven his morning. The caffeine, some sugar, some other fragrance of coffee and all that. So all other things were symbols, and what he got out of them was the substance. So, similarly, something belonging to the Guru, a picture of Guru, a picture of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and all that. What happens that brings up that person. Then that person brings up the wisdom contained in that person. We take that wisdom. I mentioned that it is quite a potent thing, that many times, even not just this spiritual teaching, even in my school days, many times I would not just remember exactly, especially when I have to give the answer in an exam of a question. And then I would think of the class that is being given by that teacher, right? That class. Then that teacher's image would come. And then, as it were, the teacher is teaching in the class that same topic. And then the answer would come. So all these things serve as symbol. I don't know if any of you had, I am sure all of you have experienced such a phenomena. That gives you a connection, a reverence for that teacher, that from that teacher I am getting it. And in case of spiritual learning, the reverence becomes a very important thing. Reverence to teacher, that becomes the instrument through which you receive that. In the absence of the reverence, one will not receive those teachings, although they are given, but they are not received. So because the arrogance and ego, they block it. And so the reverence is kind of removes that blockade. It's a very mystic idea that the ego is obliterated through the feeling of surrender, salutations, prostrations, and feeling of reverence. So, this feeling of reverence helps to remove that blocked door, and the wisdom, as it were, then gets the scope to come in. So, here you see that how this Hanuman, his feelings are there. The Guru or the God also respects the feelings of the devotees, knows how that devotee will be able to receive it. So, Hanuman, he knows that he is the servant of God, but he is accustomed to serve God in the form of Rama, a particular form, through which he had a connection with God, and he is aware of that. So, what happens is that it is there is the story that we read that it was, I will read it quickly again. Once during the war in Sri Lanka, Ramachandra and Lakshmana were bound by the great hero Meghnad with a nose made of made of serpents, snakes. All these serpents, he had that power to invoke these serpents who bound Rama and Lakshmana, both these brothers. But Ramachandra summoned Garuda. Garuda is like eagle. So, eagle is considered a divine vehicle of Lord Vishnu. So, is therefore, wherever there is a Vishnu temple, you will see Garuda there, an eagle. So, this Garuda was summoned, and then the eagle immediately killed those snakes, and in Garuda But then Rama knew that the chosen form of the Garuda for the Garuda to worship is Vishnu. So Rama transformed his form into the form of Vishnu for the sake of that Garuda. It is like this, that when a man is at home, is just in his home clothing, maybe just in his pajamas, but then he has gone to his law office. So that person, if he is a lawyer, now he is meeting his client there. Now the client is not accustomed to see this man in pajamas, so he has to change his attire to so that the conversation can go on. It is actually the case. Let me tell you, once it took me some time. I had gone to see a lady that was our professor in college. And then she said, okay, you come to my home and then I will give you the solution for these problems. Now I went to her home and it took me some time to bring myself to ask, and is she the same person? Because her attire was completely different. When she would come to college, she would be having the proper different kind of this thing dress. And at home she was in a informal attire like that. The hair was not properly done. All I mean, it is. So it took me some time to get properly connected, and in about then she solved my difficulties problem. I came away, but. Look, this is how we are accustomed to certain worshipping God in a particular form. So, immediately Rama changed himself into the form of Vishnu so that Garuda can appreciate that. But then Hanumana, this other but Hanumana did not like seeing Ramchandra in the form of Vishnu. He could only think how soon Ramchandra would resume his own form. Ramchandra immediately understood Hanuman's feelings after seeing Garuda off. He again assumed the form of Rama and asked Hanuman, my child, why did your mood change upon seeing me in the form of Vishnu? He asked Hanuman. You are endowed with supreme knowledge. You know very well that he who is Rama, he is also Vishnu. To this, Hanuman humbly replied, it is true that the same Supreme Self has assumed both forms, and therefore there is no difference between Vishnu and Rama. But nonetheless, I always want to see the lotus-eyed Rama as he is my all in all. This is a very popular verse attributed. This Hanumana's feelings are expressed here, and in most of our centers, especially on some auspicious days, Ekadashis, they sing, they chant of to devoted to Ramachandra, Rama Nama Sankirtanam. And there, in the beginning, this verse is given by Hanuman. Shri Nathe Janaki Nathe Abhed Paramatmane Tathape Mama Sarvasva Rama Kamalalochana. That although Srinath means Vishnu and Janakinath Rama, they are same in Paramatman, in the absolute reality, they are same. Yet I have devoted myself, my whole being rests in the service of Lord Rama. Tathapi mama sarvasva, my all and all in all is that Rama. This is a beautiful concept of what is called chosen ideal, a chosen symbol. It is very much like solving an algebraic problem, that you have some unknown thing to be evaluated, and then uh, Vishwanath will say that let this thing be X. Paul will choose, well, this is something, this quantity is A. Somebody will say alpha, somebody will give another this thing character. Now, by any character they symbolized is the same thing. But now you hold on to the character till you get to the solution. In between you cannot change it, otherwise that you cannot proceed in this solving the problem. So this is a chosen way of approaching the ultimate reality. You have to approach on a way. Then you gradually get to the ultimate reality. The way is not the destination, but one has to be on the way to get to the destination. Got it, Punita? Yeah, so you have to hold on to the way relentlessly. There will be difficulties, challenges. Yeah, maybe you get a flat tire on the way. It happens. So, but one should not give up journey because of that. Okay, let it be fixed. Let me go ahead. So, in this long journey, there will be so many challenges. We have to deal with those challenges and keep on our track, move forward. It may be, and usually is, different from the track of somebody else going to the same destination. That's fine. I don't have to change my track. Let me follow my track while wishing well to the other person following a different track. That is excellent. So, this is what is called the principle of chosen deity, the chosen form of the ideal. You choose a form of ideal. Actually, it is not also matter of your choice. That is a wrong word, really. It is something that you are naturally, disposed to. It is something that you can naturally connect to. It is just like the medicine. You don't choose your medicine. The expert tells you, you take this medicine. No, I like this. So this is not what you choose by your liking. It is the question of what is going to work for you. So the physician chooses the right medication for you. Not that I will choose myself. No, it is not like that. Even spiritual chosen ideal therefore is given by the teacher, by the Guru. The Guru tells you, this is your chosen ideal. This is the mantra that you should be following. And thus, that becomes your path. So, to get to the ideal, there is lot of confusion that occurs amongst the devotees on this point. That there is the all-pervading reality. Why not I get just connected with that? What is the meaning of this path? What is the meaning of all these symbols? And what is the meaning of all these actions that one does? They are all part of the path. If you practically want to get to the destination, it is certainly not going to be of much help in just imagination. It is, you have to take the practical steps. I want to go to New York. Okay, New York, New York, New York. No, that will not take me to New York. Well, I will have to find out how can I go there, what different ways are there, and then hold on to the way, and then I will reach there. So, it is for the spiritual progress also. It is that there is the way that we have to take up, and thus you follow the way. It is, that is why you say Buddha's teachings, you say that yes, Buddha means to be enlightened is my ideal. Buddha is not name of a person, it is the state of enlightenment is Buddha. So it says, I take refuge in Buddha. Yeah, but I have to get there. How do I get there? I take refuge in the teachings of Buddha. Dhammam saranam gacchami. And then again, you need certain these supports to get there. So I take refuge in the community, the sangha, which gives me the proper needed material for that purpose. So you do it like that. All these three, therefore, these three salutations are a very important part of Buddhistic prayers. So, in all other traditions, you will see this. As Jesus says, I am the goal, I am the way. A great statement, I am the goal, I am the way. That the goal is to be reached by the way. And what is the way? It is exemplified in the life of Jesus. So also you will see the lives of all great teachers. They provide you the goal as well as the way, how to get there. So, this next para is the power of the Guru is a special power of the Divine Mother. This power is either dormant or manifest in each human mind. A spiritual aspirant who is devoted to the Guru can therefore reach such a high stage that this power manifests within him or her also and begins to explain many hidden truths of spirituality. The student, when gets that illumination, becomes a teacher, can become a guide to others. Oh, yes, I had gone there by this path. I can tell you how to go there by this path. So, thus the knowledge gets shared. The knowledge is to be shared. And that is told to be the special characteristic of this storehouse or warehouse of knowledge. The material warehouse is, if you keep on distributing from that warehouse, the stock will reduce. It is, suppose you had 1,000 packets of cookies and then you distributed 500 of them, then naturally 500 are gone, the stock is depleted now by 500. But this storehouse of knowledge, this has a completely opposite rule. The more you distribute, more it grows. The knowledge is, in Hindi there is a nice couplet about it, that it is Saraswati ke bhandar ki badi anokhi baat. This storehouse of Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, her warehouse has this very unique thing about it. ज्यों ज्यों खर्चे त्यों त्यों बढ़े. The more you give from there, the more you distribute, it grows more. बिन खर्चे घट जात. If you don't distribute, it is gone. So therefore, the knowledge is getting distributed by the one who has it. So, thus this person, at that time, the aspirant no longer needs anyone else to resolve doubts and problems regarding spiritual matters. Krishna said to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, when your mind has crossed this slough of delusion, you will achieve indifference regarding things already heard and things yet to be heard. The aspirant ultimately attains this state. Now you don't need guidance anymore. You have now understood and you are now sure. Referring to this state, Master said, finally the mind becomes the Guru or acts as a Guru. The human Guru imparts the mantra to the ear and the divine Guru transmits the mantra to the soul. But there is a gulf of difference between that exalted mind and this ordinary mind. In that state, the mind is pure and endowed with sattva quality. It has now become an instrument for manifesting God's divine power. But when the mind is turned away from God, it longs to be engrossed in lust, greed, anger, and so on. So this is the difference, that the mind that is engrossed in this world now needs to be turned towards that, and then it goes on automatically. And it is, there are those vacuum tubes, that for transmitting the papers and such material from one place to another place. Those tubes, they have vacuum in them. So, you put those papers to be given in a special box, and then insert that box in that vacuum tube, and you see it gets sucked quickly, whoo, and then it goes to the other end, there it is taken out. So it is exactly like that. Before it is put into the tube, the person has to do work, that okay, get it all properly typed, get it all rolled up, put in that box, and then open that tube, and it has certain procedures to open it. So you open it, and then just put it right to the mouth, and from your hands it pulls it, as it were, because of the vacuum, and then it is on its journey. So similarly, when the mind is purified and is now no more engrossed in these worldly things, now it gets sucked by the undercurrent of devotion. Now the tube will carry it to the destination. No more efforts are then needed. So this is a state. It is not a matter of just wishful thinking, but one has to work at that to get the mind cleared of all the worldly clutter, It is, we know how much clutter our mind has. So it is till that is all cleaned and the mind is able to now reflect on the truth directly, we need the external help. It is all that is. The master used to say the Guru is like a female companion uh, to Radha, as there is no end to her love errands until her friend Radha is united with Krishna. So there is no rest for the Guru until the spiritual aspirant is united with God. This is a very nice story about Radha and Krishna. Radha is longing to meet Krishna, and so she has a Sakhi, means friend. Now that friend, she requests the friend, can you take this message to Krishna, send it somehow, please, and then do this for me, please. Please, the friend is doing all these things, keeping herself working every moment for Radha, till the soulmate Krishna appears. Now this friend has no place there. The friend just says, okay, bye, I am going now, my job is over. So the Guru's job is then done. Thus, the great Guru accompanies the sincere devotee to higher and higher realms of spirituality and finally presents the devotee to the chosen deity, saying, my child, look there. Then immediately the Guru disappears. One day a devotee heard the master saying this. He realized that someday separation from the Guru would be inevitable. So with a sorrowful heart he asked, Sir, where does the Guru go then? Because one develops a kind of attachment, a connection, a relation with the Guru and feels that I need the help of Guru. I don't want the Guru to go away from me. But the job is done. It is now the Guru has to go. But not that it goes somewhere, it gets merged in the deity. The Guru merges into the Ishta, the chosen deity. The Guru, Krishna and devotee, these three are one, and the one is manifest as three. So that is how it happens. Like your car brought you to the destination. Now you have to get out of the car, you say. No, my dear car, I love you so much. I don't want separation from you. So does Punita sit in the car after parking the car here? No, then what is the point in getting into the car anyway? So you have to now get out of the car. So that is the way, the purpose of the Guru's life is done for the teacher, that student then. But now the Guru is seen one with the chosen deity and merges with that. All three merge together, the student, the teacher and the deity all become then one. So we saw this chapter. This was the last Tuesday class before we partially close the center for the summer break. We shall again take up by the grace of God study of this when we meet again in September It will be on the September 10th, Tuesday, September 10th, that we will meet for the study of this book. We will be meeting otherwise also in between, but that is for different other things. This particular book study will resume again, if God ordains so, on September 10th, Tuesday, September 10th. Till then, one can keep on pondering the great ideas that have been given to us. This book is just great in its capability of introducing us to Sri Ramakrishna as a person, but that everything of that person is, as it were, the manifestation of the divine guruhood, the teachership, divine teachership is manifested in flesh and blood, as it were, so that we can receive it. So, we shall meditate on this for half a minute, and in case you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Yes, please. Any question? Very good. So we are ending on a happy note that all doubts have been cleared, resolved. No doubts now. Okay. Uh, so soon, actually it is available today also, our summer schedule. Just Abhijit put it out there. Those who want to take with them, let them take the summer schedule. So we mailed them, I think yesterday. Yeah, and so those who get it by mail will get it in a day or so. Those who get it by email will also get that in a couple of days. So tomorrow's newsletter will contain the outline of the summer program, and the details will be given in the summer program flyer. So please try to come for as many as you can. Let us conclude with the closing prayers. May the Divine, who is Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, Ahura Mazda of the Zoroastrians, and Brahman of the Hindus, lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May the all-loving being manifest himself unto us and grant us abiding understanding and all-consuming divine love. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.